What's up, y'all? Back with another video doing some 3v3 on my Holy Paladin for the first time in a while. It is the end of the season and I'm finally moved into my new house and have the internet and everything. It is, whew, man, moving is very stressful, as I'm sure some of you know. But yeah, we haven't gotten a queue in about 3 weeks. That's why I haven't posted a video, but we actually tried some uh, different comps other than Turbo and did a bunch of random stuff with alts, and we dropped quite a bit of rating just testing new builds and everything. So this was the first session back basically trying Turbo, and we got all of our rating back. We only lost one match. We went up like 120 rating or something like that, and our MMR went up. So all these matches around 2100 MMR, and it went pretty well. So right here, Rett Warrior, which is a comp that we faced a lot. You know, we've faced a lot of Augmentation evokers and a lot of Rett Warriors. A lot of the Rett Warrior teams that had a priest would like to go me, and then a lot of them that had other healers such as Resto Shaman or Resto Druid, they would usually go for Sorgal, make a lot of swaps. So right here we're just kind of trying to have an attrition battle, and the Shaman is winning on mana, but we still have Lay on Hands. I go ahead and burn my trinket there, and I've still got Tears Deliverance rolling. We get Bloodlust up, and I'm kind of hoping we get Bubble right here, so you kind of see me trying to throw in a little bit of damage to try and get Bubble. We do get the Warrior low, and I sack right before the Fear, so it breaks the Fear, and then I hodge the Warrior. We do get their Lay on Hands, the Rett Pally Lay on Hands the Warrior, so those are really good swap, and notice how much mana we burned from the Resto Shaman there. Again, I'm just kind of waiting to push in to use my blind on the Resto Shaman. I don't want to overextend because we are pretty much winning right now, so they do get a good cross CC right there where they blind Marcellus and they hodge me. So that was a really good cross CC. I'm also trying to stay away from the Resto Shaman to just avoid the wind shears, so I can use Devotion Aura instead of Concentration Aura. I toss Blessing of Spring on Sorgal, so he takes increased healing, and he does increased healing. The Shaman barely saves the Warrior there, and right here I run in for the Hodge, knowing that he doesn't have Trinket, and then I blind him. He still has 4 seconds left on his Trinket, and they do go down. So pretty good game on that one. A few mistakes, but overall I was happy with how that one went. I was going to go before him, but that's kind of expected with Resto Shamans. I did have Hand of Sacrifice backup and Tears Deliverance. So this next match was the other comp that we faced a lot, which is Augmentation Melee. The main focus with this comp, what we want to do is just avoid the Druid spam cloning me over and over again. So you see how they have a lot of opening pressure here, and I'm just going to start popping cooldowns to kind of catch up. I use Wings, and I use Daybreak, so we've pretty much caught up, and we're pumping a ton of damage into the Augmentation Evoker. I go ahead and hodge the Feral since he's out of LOS of the Priest, and I think, yeah, he trinketed there, so he burned his trinket there. So that was a pretty good trade. It was his trinket for the Hand of Justice, so I'll take that all day. We're kind of even on mana with the Holy Priest. I do go and blind the Holy Priest here. The Augmentation Evoker runs, so we're going to swap to the Druid. He has his defensives rolling, and we have also procced quite a few things. Now, one thing we don't really want to do is hit into the Blistering Scales, which we did a lot in this match, but it ended up being okay. Right here, I'm just kind of trying to dispel off any slows and toss freedoms out so we can keep the pressure rolling. I do go ahead and hodge the Priest. It is a full hodge. He does have Trinket, and he chooses not to burn Trinket there, so it was really good on him holding his Trinket. I for sure thought that was going to get it. Right here, I should probably go behind the pillar and cast Tears Deliverance. There we go. I'm going to cast it right here, so they actually don't interrupt me or try and interrupt me, so really, really good there. I'm going to cast the Blessing of Winter, get a little bit of mana back, and we are just rolling right now. We are winning on mana, we're winning on cooldowns, we still have Hand of Sacrifice. He does cast Ebon Might. and I go ahead and dispel because he was going for, basically this is their big burst with the oppressive roar and Ebon Might and everything. Sorgal does get a proc here, and we are just pounding into this druid, and he does get deleted with the Ascendance proc. So another really good match. I'm not sure if Feral Augmentation is really the best comp, but it's, I mean, you can pretty much run Augmentation with any melee, and it's going to be pretty decent. Now, this is a comp that usually beats us, and it's honestly not that popular right now. I don't really know what these guys were doing. It seems like they were on a completely different page. Like, the priest let me get in combat, so they didn't get the sap. Then they open up on me. So right here, if the priest had just been pre-MDing me, it would have been really tough. So I did go ahead and burn my bubble there. But again, I don't know. I still have my trinket, and we still have both bops, so I'm not super concerned about them going for me. So I did swap beacon to myself, but you're going to see me swap it back here in a second. And right here, we get pretty much all of them low, and we weren't able to kill any of them, but they're all at like really low HP. I do go ahead and double blind the priest and the hunter, and the rogue does come back out of stealth. We're gonna, I think, go for the hunter here because he has no turtle, he has no trinket now, and I'm literally just, I'm pushing in myself. I probably should have popped Daybreak to just play offensively with Daybreak. It's crazy how low all of them got, and the priest just, he can't really recover here. So I do have trinket. I'm gonna run in and sack Sorgal, but it was right at the same time he burrowed, so that was a little unfortunate. But overall, we still get the kill there. That was just a really weird sequence for Thug Cleave. I don't know. They were completely out of sorts, and then once we had all the pressure, they just couldn't recover. So kind of a funny match. We don't usually have a good win ratio versus Thug Cleave. Here is another Rett Warrior team. And this one, okay, yeah, this wasn't the one. One of these Rett Warriors, it might have been our only loss, was the one that went for me. And yeah, they had a Holy Priest, and he pre-MD'd the bubble. And I could have lived, but made a few mistakes. So this one, what they want to do is basically out pressure us and run me out of mana. So this, because they have a Mistweaver, they should be able to win the mana war if they play it effectively. But right here, we're getting a ton of cooldowns, and I really think they should have just been kind of cross CCing a little bit better. Maybe the monk using his disarm on R Warrior, you know, just things like that. We're just getting a lot of pressure, and then we end up deleting that warrior while he was focused on healing the Rett Pally. So we just really out-pressured this Rett Warrior. I think they didn't match up cooldowns very well, but overall, I was happy with this one. The next one, I believe, is maybe the Shadow. Yeah, it's the Shadow Cleave. So this comp, is not fun to heal against, especially with the shaman. So you notice I'm going to have concentration aura here instead of devotion aura, just because they have so many ranged kicks. They have 4 ranged kicks, so it's really tough for me to get a cast off, and if I do get kicked, sometimes it can be the end of the game. So it's just better for me to run concentration aura so I can aura mastery, have that immunity to kicks. He does get a full lightning lasso, and you can see how far behind I get there, even when, you know, I was using cooldowns. The Death Knight is gripping me back in. He's trying to put as much pressure on me as possible, and we're actually doing a bunch of damage to this Warlock though. So right here does almost go down. He ports right before we can finish him. And I do dispel, trying to, I don't remember who I dispelled. It looked like it was Sorgal, and that was kind of a mistake because then I fall really far behind with that silence. I do go ahead and sack. They double kick me there, and I thought I had Divine Toll, but it wasn't quite up yet, so this is probably going to be my bubble right here. Death Knights have a talent that they basically do more damage when you fall below 35% HP. And right here we have no lay on hands. We don't have Tears Deliverance rolling, so we're in really big trouble. We do have Daybreak back up, which I can use here in a second. I trinketed the Strangulate to get hexed, but Sorgal dispelled me. I really need to use Daybreak here, honestly. It's would have been the best cooldown to use there. So that one was kind of sketchy. Didn't play that one all that great, but overall, a really good session. Super happy to be making videos again. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. There's about 3 weeks left in the season. And yeah, we're going to keep pushing, and I'm going to get back to making videos now that I'm finally all moved in. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you are new here, drop a like, be sure to subscribe, all that jazz, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.